Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have a testing video, this time working on Marine ECMs. This is a 7.4 454 Mercruiser computer with a calibration EVC4. The one I'm testing right now is actually my computer. I'm testing this for Kevin, let me see his last name, Lindsey from Florida. So he's, I think, a technician working for Kevin Padron. His computer was repaired almost a year ago, and now this time it's coming in here and it's not repairable. So he sent another computer that he had to see if it was possible to calibrate or also, sorry, see if it's good. So I checked his computer, the one he sent as a donor, or to see if it's good. And it's a good computer, but it's completely different setup. So I said, I'm sorry, but now it cannot be used. And the reason I'm saying that, well, let me just first, this is Kevin Padron computer. One thing that you need to see here is the number on the computers, 16237009. That's very important. If we see this computer, it's exactly the same number. That is my computer. And the calibration is, let me just switch this around, a little bit hard to see, but you can see here, EVC4. This is a very almost brand new computer with only 35.45 hours. So let's say 35 and a half hours. The computer that Kevin sent me, in the other hand, and I put all this marks so he understands too, it's a 7.4, but it's an L29, so this is a Vortec ignition system, and that's why we have this number 162236999. So this is why it's different. I'm going to test the three computers so he can see. Right now I have my computer connected, fuel pump is on, coil and IAC, everything is in here. And I have 2.3 milliseconds of injection time for for the two drivers for the 8 injectors. 5-volt reference for sensors and sensor ground is good. And this is the signal waveform that we see for the two injectors firing. So right now it's an idle. It's been running for almost 10 minutes. I'm going to raise the idle to 4,500 RPMs so we can see that we have no faults and it's running perfectly. Around there, let me change the values in here for the throttle position and also the map, which is very important. So we can see the change. Now we have, as you see, more injection actuations. Obviously, it's running at 4,500 RPMs. 5-volt reference is there. Everything is nice and normal, and there is no trouble codes. So all is working good in this computer. All right, so I'm going to bring this computer now to idle. Around there, let me bring the throttle position to a normal range. Oops, a little too much right there. And then the map value around 12.6. This is what I use as my testing values. So all is back into normal, 5-volt reference, fuel pump, all is good. So I'm going to come back out of here. So I'm going to turn the computer completely off, and we're going to see immediately lost the synchronization. I'm going to turn it back on. We can see the fuel pump coming on. That's the fuel pump prime, which is the way it should be. So I'm going to disconnect this 1 second. So I'm going to disconnect the software 1 second. Again, I'm going to turn this off and we're going to see that now it's no loss synchronization because I turned the software off. So it's no longer connected to the computer and the computer is completely off. So one more time, turning my computer on, fuel prime and the 5-volt reference. I'm going to connect, like let's say I didn't connect, oh, sorry. Let me push in here. So this is for you to select with Diacom connection to that computer. So I do this, immediately detects it. I go into mode 1 and I select a standard diagnostics data. Now I connect to the computer and we can see the same values, the same hours, and the calibration number checksum, which is very important. Now I can run the computer again, raise the idle hertz to 45, and that is again to have the 675, 74 RPM. So all is working good. We see the injection, everything is working good. All right, so I'm going to come back to here, turn this computer off. We no longer, sorry, I turn it back on. We no longer need, this computer is 100% good, perfectly working. Everything is good. I'm going to put also my stickers over for warranty. And I expressed this to Kevin, and I want to say this to the video. This is a used computer, even though it's like brand new. The covers on a warranty that I give of a module like this is if it connects it and it gives a checksum error or a calibration problem. That is the only thing that is covered. I don't cover uh, injector drivers or nothing like that. Why? Because if you have a bad injector on the boat or a sensor that shorts the computers and damages the computer, that is not covered under any warranty. And I want to express this because sometimes people think that a computer that I repair has a lifetime warranty and it covers any other damages, even because the boat is bad. No, the boat damaged something. I don't cover those warranties. I don't cover those repairs because it's something in the boat. So I'm going to unplug this computer. Let me do this and plug his so we can see he's working too. All right, so again, this is the different computer number, and that's a little corroded outside, but it's working good. So this went off by time. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to go into selection of the computer. So we're going to put that on. We're going to turn the computer on. We see the fuel pump prime and the firmware reference. Computer is good as far as that. So let's do the connection. We're going to select MEFI 1 to 4 on Diacom. I click OK. That will detect the computer and it does it very quick. Mode 1, standard diagnostics. And when I connect to the computer, the first thing we see is DF93. So completely different calibration. No good for the setup that we need. It's a good computer, but not good for the boat that they needed to connect it. His computer has 670, almost 78 hours. So I'm going to run it since I have everything connected. So let me run the computer and we can see this one working too. It's a little, let me just rephrase because I saw it running in here without the oscilloscope connected. But now that I have the oscilloscope connected, I can see that this computer is actually indeed have some drivers issues on the injectors. And we can see that right here. You see the way it was on mine, that you can clearly see the 2.5 or so, actually it's 3.8 milliseconds of injection. It's not happening in here. So this computer is actually no good. It has problems that will need to be repaired. So I'm going to let Kevin know about this too, because at first, like I said, I only connected in and I was able to communicate. I wasn't doing a major test on the computer. But yeah, so this computer, Kevin, I'm sorry, but your donor, let's say computer, it has definitely issues. And we can see there, as we saw the RPM, the desired RPM, without me touching anything, it's going up and down and up and down and up and down. The temperature readings are changing by itself. So definitely this computer took a hit. And it's probably maybe because they connect this computer to Kim's Padron's boat. I expressed to Kevin, that boat might have a harness issue. It has a shortage sensor. Something is going on because obvious reasons, right? All right, so let me connect Kevin Padron's computer and then we can see what is happening with his. All right, now I have the three computers in here. This is again Kevin's Padron or Kevin Padron, I think Kim Padron. Sorry, I'm mixing his names. All right, so nothing is power on. So we're going to do the same thing, try to go into selections to put that in there. Let's power on. First thing I notice, look at the 5 volts, it's only 3.69 and no fuel pump activation. And I already opened the computer. You can see the cover is still hold just by a plastic tape in here because this is not repairable. I checked the computer and it cannot be repaired. All right, so let's try to establish communication. It's hanging in there, and it will say no computer connected or not able to establish communication. You see, ECM is not responding, so this is definitely a bad computer. All right, guys, Kevin, I hope that you can see. I'm sorry because I texted you before and I said that your computer was good. I didn't actually have all the equipment connected, but even though I'm not charging him for any testing on this computer, but I will see if he wants me to try to repair it or not, because it's always good to have a good computer working and then see if it's possible to be repaired. At least it's running and it's communicating. So sometimes it's just injector drivers that are causing that problem, and that's something that definitely I can repair. But we go from there. All right, Kevin and guys, thank you so much for visiting the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye bye.